Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday, October 23rd. It is 2023. It is. I had to think about that for a quick moment. God daggone it, time is flying by so incredibly fast. Listen, if you're new to my channel because you tripped up on my face in this particular channel, welcome. I appreciate you. Please stick around if you want to hear some astrological information for the week. And if any of this information resonates with you, I'd encourage you to subscribe, share this information, and if it really gets you deep in the heart, please donate to the channel via the Venmo app, the PayPal app, and the Cash app here in the description box below. You may not see it until we go off live, but it will be there. I'd appreciate it if you can go back and donate. Listen, so many people have come in out in the last week and a half since my eclipse special. And I want to reiterate, I did mention this on Friday. Thank you. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think y'all heard my heart. Y'all heard the certain layers of my heart and really dug deep to support me, and I appreciate that. Like, it does not go unnoticed. So even though I may forget your names, because I'm terrible at names, I'm better at vibration and faces. Or I remember your sign. I'm so weird like that. I meet you on the street and probably met you 5 years ago, and you're like, Sonja. I'm like, Virgo, right? I'll never remember somebody's name. It's the oddest thing, not unless we had an emotional connection and, I just know you like that. In any case, that's that. Welcome. For those that have come back, hello. I appreciate you being here, Miss A. What up, Sue Lee? What's going on, Bijou Bijou? What's going on, these delectable? Vaughn is even in the place. What's happening with you, Vaughn? LB is here. Katrina's here. Sun T, that's very new. I appreciate you being here, Sun T. Welcome to the family, to the village. We treat you good. What's up, Rob? It's all good, sweet T. I appreciate you supporting a sister. If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. You come back, you come back. That's good. I love you, Leo. I appreciate you looking out. I really, 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 really do. Really, 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 really do. All right, we're gonna talk about this week. We're gonna talk about what's going down. And if you know any Scorpios, please hit them up right now because we're gonna talk about Scorpio energy. Hello, Marlena Weston. I believe I'm pronouncing your name properly. If not, please forgive me. What's going on, Miss Weston? Wonderful for you to be here and join us. We're going to talk about Scorpio energy today, and I have to be honest and a little transparent with y'all today. I'm doing my best to get my energy going, y'all. I drank some tea. I drank a little bit of coffee. I'm drinking water now and mixed with this little cold ass coffee. I don't know about y'all, but raising hands or yes, yes, y'all, was this weekend really slow? I mean, it was a good weekend, but I felt like for the last 3 days, 4 days, it's been feeling like a Sunday every day. I'm wondering, is it just me? Because I am dragging my asshole, my whole ass, the whole and my cheeks. I'm just dragging, y'all. So please forgive me if I trip up on my words like it's Mercury retrograde, or if I just feel a little slow and discombobulated. I'd appreciate y'all that y'all just charge the human and not the spirit. Y'all been feeling like that too? Oh my God, Sue, you tired too? Bijou? Oh my God. Oh my God, Copper Fox. These delectable lagging and dragging, baby. Oh my goodness. I don't know what it is. I probably can pick it out astrologically. And this probably has to do with us being in the middle of these eclipse seasons and it doing its best to balance us and allow us to hold on to the ride as the changes are being made. And y'all do know, Squirrel, without me even going down this very obvious, in my opinion, squirrel and diversion, is that we can get tired from a multitude of different things. I'm preaching to the choir, but I love to remind you, if this is necessary for one or two people, I hope the village can take the hit. of these moments and me reminding you that you can get hit and you can be emotionally exhausted, you can be mentally fatigued, you can be physically, of course, wiped out, you can be hit by what's going down in this entire world, like literally like a tidal wave. But what's happening in the Middle East, what's happening in Africa, what's happening in South America, what's happening all over the globe, what's happening galactically, and the shifts that are happening for us, it literally wears out the most sensitive, if not all of us. Just some people are not in tune to it. So even though I am in tune, this is a bad example, but some people will not be in tune and down a whole bunch of coffee, as I was trying to do, and caffeine and tea and all that, to try to present for y'all. But to be truthful with you, I'm just gonna sit in the exhaustion and the slowdown of it all. But some people don't even know why they're slowing down. Some people don't even know why they're exhausted. But you can get exhausted because literally, like a tidal wave, we are feeling the energetic pull of anything and everything that is not moving and according to Spirit's plan. Forgive me, y'all. Just a little bit of sadness and information just went through my body. And it's unfortunate of all the things that are what we're going through in this moment. And I'm not going down that street, but I want y'all to be easy on yourselves. Please and very please be easy on yourself. We are one entity, one vibration, one people, one community. You may say to yourself, I don't have nothing to do with those Jewish people on the other side of the street. I don't have nothing to do with that black family that lives, on the other side of Chicago. I have nothing to do with, that Mexican family or the Latin family, that El Salvadorian family that, sells fruit on the corner. We are all one. I have nothing to do with Palestine. I have nothing to do with the Sudan. I have nothing to do with nothing. We have everything to do with it all. And at the same time, we are our own individual. And the only thing that we can do again and again and again and again is be responsible for our own maturity, for our own evolution, so we can shine, so we can be as bright as we can for all those that need our light. Because just like the information on the other side of the world in certain places that are making us tired, our light is making them brighter and stronger to keep going, whether they know it or not, whether we know it or not, because we are all one entity. Are y'all absorbing this? Are you really, really absorbing this? Please check your ego. Please check your humanness. Please forgive yourself and how you feel and how you're walking. But check yourself and know that you are helping the family, the human family. I'm going to leave that right there. Let's talk about, and the reason being is because I don't have the internal energy in this moment in time to allow all these downloads to come on through. If you have questions, if you want to spark a conversation, please say something. Please put the question marks and the exclamation points behind the sentences, okay? But if you'd like to expound, and if I feel the need to jump on it, if I can see it, because y'all know I'm blind, I will. But I'm not going to do that willingly in this moment in time. I just want y'all to forgive each other and forgive yourself. Walk slowly, okay? Especially in Scorpio season, as today marks the beginning of Scorpio season. As Mars is in Scorpio, Mercury is in Scorpio. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? As Mars in Scorpio, Mercury is in Scorpio, the sun is in Scorpio. It is begging for us to dive into the scorpionic energy. Now, let me tell you something. Y'all remember that character from Living Single? Let me tell you something. If there's any energy that can get through a rough patch, if there's any energy that needs a little boost, if there's any energy that can prove to be the boost, let me retract that. If there's any energy that can be the boost, be the encourager, Be the one that holds on to any emotional slack or strength that we need in this moment in time. Again, to push through, to plow through, to deal with the extremes of the weather, of emotions, of physical changes. It's Scorpio. I want y'all to bow down to Scorpio in this moment in time. And I mean that with everything inside of me. And the only reason why I say that in such a royal way, because we have to remember, please, and very please, that every sign, every energy is needed for a particular reason. That's why we need to love up on every energy in the zodiac constellation in this particular atmosphere. Why? Because they all have a purpose, each and every one. And the moment you start shitting on one, like I said to one sister a couple of weeks ago, you start shitting on the vibrations in your own chart, you start shitting on you. We all have 12 signs within us. They all are just manipulated and utilized in a particular way. Okay? So let's go deep into that sun sign, Scorpio energy, which is also where Mars is, which is also where Mercury is. So we are getting the shine of Scorpio on us. We are getting the planning and the information and the processing like a Scorpio, because Mercury is in Scorpio. We are moving like with motivation, with encouragement, with some sex and some passion and extreme and creativity like a Scorpio as well. Wow. Are y'all with me on this thing right here? So, in regards to Scorpio energy, these are the things that we are being forced to examine in the biggest, deepest way, our addictions. We are being forced to really, really look at, even though Pisces deals with it as well, Scorpio deals with it too. Because Scorpio likes to go to the edge. Understand? So if you've been dealing with some type of addiction, and that's like addiction to games, addiction to weed, addiction to food, addiction to dick, addiction to somebody else's, addiction to sex, addiction to escaping, addiction to anything that you know that is getting in the way between you and success, you and spirit's voice, you and your own change. Scorpio season says, let's do that. Let's get to the bottom of it and see why you holding on to that thing. See, what have you been utilizing to cover up? Now, here's one thing. Ooh, I don't know why this hit me so strong, but this is for somebody real strong. One thing that Scorpio energy and its addictions, or ways in which it placates or covers up some deep-seated emotions, right? One thing that Scorpio energy covers up a lot in regards to not being shown or not wanting to be found out is abandonment. Scorpio has a way of dealing with abandonment in a way in which it buries it. It buries the fear, the wounds around abandonment in such a way in which it'll either do nothing, zero, or do everything, 60. It goes to extremes. I'm saying a whole bunch of concepts in one thought, but I want y'all to hear me clearly. Now is the time to dig yourself up out of the mud in a scorpionic way, because Scorpio energy is so true in burying all kinds of emotions when it comes to abandonment, when it comes to not being found out completely, when it comes to not being controlled. Scorpio energy does not like to be emotionally controlled. But on the flip of that, Scorpio energy can push you through all of those feelings I just mentioned. I hope you get it. Utilize Scorpio energy in this moment to push against the things that Scorpio likes to hold and hide and bury and not be found out about. Scorpio energy deals with not trusting. Y'all know Scorpio people, they don't trust nobody, not near nobody, not nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because it thinks that you're going to use any emotion, or I should say, any information against Scorpio energy maliciously. without their control, without their permission, Scorpio energy permission. The Scorpio energy feels like I don't have to release everything to you. I'm going to tell you what you need to know in this moment in time. Because if I give you information and you stab me with that information and do me dirty with that information later on down the line, I can't trust you. Do you understand that? Do you understand how incredibly important that is to you in this moment in time, as well as you relating to Scorpio people? And when I say to you, is because we're in this energy now. If there are things that you don't want to be found out about yourself, but you need to move through it, you got to do it. And understand that you're not being abandoned by nobody but yourself in this moment. I'm saying a lot. I feel like that. And I know it may be misconstrued in all the information and layering it, but I hope y'all with me. Are you with me? Yes, yes, y'all. Scorpio energy is no joke. It wants to, again, imagine Scorpio energy like a mole, MOLE, going into deep in the ground, deep into situations, deep into emotions, deep thick into spaces and places that have not been moved in years and in decades. And Scorpio energy says, we're going to move this. We're going to move this because we have to. We're going to move this because it's power in it. Scorpio energy deals with power. Its ruler is Pluto. So it will transform anything and everything that is in its way. Bottom line is, y'all know we've been digging for the last, especially a couple of years, but within the last 6 months or so with all those retrograde planets in the summertime. And then we plowed through, that one eclipse that just happened. Do y'all as astrologers or budding astrologers start to add up the information from behind you to now, from the past until now, to see how you've been walking that astrological walk, or at least paying attention to the energies that are around you? So now we're deep in it. Now Scorpio says, are you ready? Because my ruler just, Pluto in Capricorn, just went forward. So you ready? Everything that we need to dig out needs to come from you. Everything you need to dig out needs to come from a space and a trusting space and place of you. You need to have faith. After you go through this excavation of personal truth, you need to have faith that all of that was for good reason. You need to have faith and know that nobody's trying to abandon you. You need to have faith and know that you need to invest in yourself, time, money, and energy. This is all Scorpio energy, y'all. I'm downloading. You need to have faith that Scorpio is making you determined in areas and places that help to meet your new value and worth system. What the fuck does that have to do with Scorpio? Why? Because I'm speeding up. Because there's an eclipse at the end of the month. At the end of the week. 5 degrees Taurus, which is naturally opposite Scorpio. So I'm preparing y'all. As we're walking in the Scorpio season, as we got Scorpio Mars and Scorpio Mercury today, and we're walking into this season, at the end of the week, Taurus says, I want you to end eclipse style all the things that are not valuable any longer. So Scorpio can get the things that are. On the opposite end of that, can get the things that are valuable. Y'all not hearing me today. I try to keep track. Try to keep track of what, Bijou? Y'all hear me? This makes sense to y'all? In my weird, convoluted kind of way of describing what Scorpio energy is all about. Do you know Scorpio energy is also about investments of, I think I said that, but with other people's money? This is going to speak to somebody because I was told to say this really loud, even though it's coming out in different orders. I was said to say this. Is there anybody that's willing to invest money and time in you, in a project, right? In a thought, in an idea? Are you willing to invest time and energy and money into another person's idea, project, or thought? Why? Because now Scorpio energy is a time to do that, though. Just like I said, Scorpio doesn't trust. On the flip side of everything is where it goes well, is where it shines its best. So when Scorpio does trust in joint ventures, when Scorpio does trust in getting into business with somebody, it can blow up in the best way possible. It can transform in the best way possible, especially if you was a person that held your money, that held your ideas like a hoarder. Are y'all hearing me? Why? Because that full moon eclipse says it's time to end all hoarding situations, all things that we are holding back, that are of value to us, that we just reassessed, that are of value to us. Scorpio is like, now is the time, man. We've been holding on to a lot of shit. We've been holding on to a lot of ideas. I often have people ask me publicly and in private readings, as an artist or artisans or people who put their stuff out there, like, how can I protect myself against what I create? And I know this is a long little intro. This is all on Scorpio energy, though. How can I protect myself against things that I create and put out there? Trademark and this and that. I'm like, yeah, you can do all of that. But y'all do know, as we read in one of them cards of the tarot that I use, but just in knowing, because you're all spiritual beings, that we don't possess our creations. They're not ours. This is tying back to Scorpio energy, because on some level, you need to surrender deeply in order to create profoundly. Scorpio energy says that. Scorpio energy says you have to trust, you have to create deeply. You got to surrender that thing. I forgot where I was about to go. It'll come back. It'll come back. It'll absolutely come back. I think I said it, but I think I was about to expound and go somewhere else, but I'm not worried about it. The thing about it, though, is y'all, I want to set y'all up for this week. To trust yourself. It's coming back. To trust, to have faith, to have faith, to have faith, to have faith, to have faith in these investments that want to come your way, and in investments that you need to put in somebody else, because that's the only way, truly, truly, the only way we can grow as a village, as a community, as a people, if we help each other do the thing. Fuck that. Let me go off and talk about this week. And the reason why I said fuck that, because I just heard Spirit said tomorrow starts that. I'm going to tell you why. Tomorrow's a hard working day. But let's get through today. Today is weird in a sense. Any questions? I know I'm jumping, y'all. I know I'm all over the place. I know I said that a couple of times, but this is what's in my head. Please let me know if I lost track of any of you. Ask as many questions as possible. I want to be able to really, really clearly put out this week. It's dope, in my opinion. Today, the moon is a square in Uranus. With the moon being in Aquarius, Uranus being in Taurus, yeah, it's going to square Uranus. An amazingly shocking rebellion to change. Remember, believe in yourself. I just fucking said that. An amazingly shocking rebellion to change. Remember, believe in yourself. Why? Because the moon in Aquarius is rebellious, right? But it wants to go against Uranus, which is Aquarius's planet, in Taurus, which means rebellion. Weird. So it's like the rebellion, the rebellious rebelling against the rebel. Don't ask me how that looks, but maybe it's an example today of you feeling like, yeah, I got to make these changes. I got to do what I need to do, but I'm going to make the changes how I want to make the changes. I'm going to be the rebel how I want to be the rebel. I'm going to do the things that wait, hold on. Yes, Marlena W., I am saying it is a good time to invest and receive investments. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm glad you got that message. Yep, because Scorpio deals with investments. And Scorpio deals with the other side of not trusting, in which you have to have faith. Yep. Back to the rebellious and the rebellion. Do y'all get that? Y'all get that? I'm wondering if you had an example of that today already. It's 12:10 on the west side, but 3:11 now on the east side. Rebelling against a rebellious thought that you once had that now you want to take back on. There's no need for all of that. Change is happening. And sometimes that happens when we get scared of the uniqueness in which we need to now live in, sit in, be a part of, prove. Are y'all with me? Yes, y'all. Are y'all with me? Does that make sense to everybody? Today, the rebellion against the rebellious. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to chip away, but I hope you got that. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day in a way. in which it helps to solidify the work. Let me tell you. Listen, check this out. Thank you, Regina. I appreciate you stepping in and saying something, because I just want to make sure y'all got that. Today is an interesting day. Don't go against the ideas of you knowing that you need to be a rebel, but you feeling like you, I'm reiterating for a reason. And only because we've spent a long time in the last couple of weeks trying to figure out where our niche is, trying to figure out what we can do different, trying to figure out where our independence lies. And today, if we're going against the thoughts that we had prior, because the changes seem not to go in the favor in which we expected, changes are still happening. You understand what I'm saying? So today, if you feel like the changes are not going along with the expected changes that you had in your mind, but they actually took another fucking left and then another left, you're like, oh, this is way too much. I'm going to rebel against that. Keep going. This left and left and left and left is bringing you right back where you need to be. I hope this makes sense. Vaughn says this material is for information purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Okay, Vaughn, I appreciate your ad in that. I appreciate you saying that, but know this too, that we're speaking about Scorpio energy, which is definitely about investments. And she asked a specific question. I will assume that all of y'all are grown enough to make your own decisions. Am I right? So we don't need a little PSA from Vaughn about what needs to be done, right? And how you should parlay your money. Correct? Only those that see Sonja as God and the motherfucking prophet and end all to be all will take everything I say to gold. I'm not in your life. I'm not in your world. This is energetic understanding. So you parlay it the way you need to parlay it. Okay? Thank you for everybody's involvement. So let's get to tomorrow. Let's get to tomorrow, because Tuesday is a very interesting day. I put in parentheses, a hard working day. Now, if we know about all these changes that are happening today and us pushing up against the change that we need to push up against because we don't want to do all the left turns that's requiring us to get to the change, y'all got that, right? Tomorrow is like, okay, I'm waking up with the same need. The same changes are happening. So now I guess I just have to put in the work. Yeah, little rebel. Y'all want to be a rebel? You want to have these individual ideas? You want to know exactly how to move forward in the most courageous, unique kind of way? Tomorrow says, here comes the work, and the kind of work that you don't necessarily see coming. Why? Because tomorrow the moon goes into Pisces at 4:33 a.m. For those that like to take notes, check out this kind of work that's happening. Remember, Saturn is the planet of work, of hard work. Now, look at all the things that are happening tomorrow. The sun will trine Saturn. That's harmonious. The moon will be in conjunction with Saturn. Harmonious. The moon will trine the sun. Harmonious. The moon will trine Mercury. Harmonious. The moon will trine Mars. Harmonious. And the moon will sextile Jupiter. That's harmonious. That's all tomorrow. We kick it off with Saturn being aspected harmoniously with work. So we wake up knowing possibly, maybe, the discipline that's necessary, the hard work that's necessary, the boundaries that's necessary to present in your work, around your work, the type of rituals and the structures and forms that you need to create in order to get things done is necessary. Now, in a way, because Saturn has been in Pisces, in a way that may not be as tangible as you think, this is where the hard work comes in. And I'm going to say this to be true for all those that are looking for a list. Tomorrow, the list of hard work, these Virgo types and intellectual types, the list that you're looking for tomorrow is not there. The list that you have conjured in your conscious and your subconscious is what you need to access. What the fuck does that look like to all of the people that are sitting on here scrambling, going, that makes no sense. I don't have an intangible list. Yes, you do. Because you know that there are things that you have committed to doing for yourself, working out, praying, eating particular types of food. These are subconscious things. These are Piscean things. These are things that you have set right within yourself, that you said, if I eat, greens or kale every Tuesday and Thursday, I can have a good bowel movement that will help me think. It's related, your bowels and your thoughts. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because if you're full of shit, you can't think right. All I'm saying is Pisces work is about the work and the rituals and the traditions that you need to do for yourself that other people are not necessarily privy to, because they're unseen, they're ambiguous, they have a lot to do with spirit. You understand what I'm saying? They have to do with escapisms or the lack thereof. Are y'all with me? I hope so. So that sun, Scorpio, is shining on Saturn tomorrow, seeing these lessons and shining through them, seeing the hard work and shining through them. With Scorpio determination, I just explained to y'all how dope and how powerful and how devoted Scorpio energy is. So it's pushing through Saturn. It's going, yup. All those things that you need to see, all those things that you need to indoctrinate, all those traditions that you need to fall in line with that have to do with spirit, all the questions that you have don't need to come on to Sonja. That's for sure. They need to happen within you and to your ancestors and to your guides. Back to that point, this person that's asking about financial investments will consult themselves, not Yvonne. Because that's what Saturn in Pisces is saying. This is what we're feeling. You understand what I mean? The bottom line is tomorrow, going into the feeling, after the shine gets on to Saturn and is discipline, it's hard work, the things that it needs to shine through, even intangibly. The moon is going to conjunct Saturn. So the feeling is going to be there. Feel good about the intuitive reactions for your hard work. Feel good about any investments that you make. Feel good. And by the way, when it comes to investments, be it money, time, energy, prayers, when it comes to investments, right? What really helps investments out is the intention and the energy that you put behind it. Because whether those financial investments play out or not, it's the love, it's the intention, it's the personal expectations you had in that moment. You dig what I'm saying? That's what investment is really about. It's not always about the return on paper. It's about the energy you put into something. And if you feel that the energy given back to you was valid, was worthy. Get that. All right. So tomorrow, the moon is conjuncting Saturn. Come on, feel good about this investment and the work and intuitive reactions that you're putting in, these prayers that you're putting in. And then the moon and the sun get together tomorrow, trining. That's harmonious. Okay, so the only ones that may have a problem with this tomorrow, truly and truly, okay, is Aquarius and Leo energy, is Taurus, Aries and Libra energy tomorrow. Why? Because those are the 4 signs that are going up against this energy that's happening tomorrow. There's a lot of flow when it comes to Pisces. There's a lot of flow when it comes to Scorpio and Taurus energy. There's a lot of flow that needs to happen tomorrow. And the flow is like a goddamn raging river because it's led by Scorpio. So you got to be able to ride the inner tube. You understand that? Ride the inner tube with good intention. The moon and Mercury, there's the intention. The moon and Mercury. Mercury is about mental energy. Mercury is about the intention. Mercury is about the mantra, the words, the communication, the conversations, the ability to listen to what's being said, as opposed to what you think is being said. Listen to what's being said. right? Speak what you know from a knowing space with love. Because the moon, being in Pisces, will trine Mercury, being in Scorpio. Speak what you know from a knowing space and with love. Okay? I often say, and I pray this a lot of times, true and true. And I'm going to tell you why. My challenge in this moment in time is, I'm not going to speak on that. Let me tell you why. Tomorrow, with the moon trining Mercury, I need for y'all to keep in mind that even though ill will, even though words will come at you, even though there may be rebellious pushback from any kind of flow that's happening tomorrow, understand that you can always revert that energy quietly by indoctrinating Pisces' energy, being that it's in the moon in Pisces, with prayer to take any ill will, any conversation, any misdirection, any rebellion to ideas that are happening that need to go with the flow in a Scorpio kind of way. What we can do is give that intention back to people with love. Again, I oftentimes pray before I get on here too. If there's any negativity that wants to come my way, I send it right back to you with love. That's tomorrow's position. I had a student of mine says, we don't always have to give love, do we? For people that send us ill will. In my opinion and in my practice, I do. Because humans know not what they do. Humans think they do things out of love and good intention, but humans sometimes do shit out of their own traumatic experience and what they think is right. And it's not always right for the person receiving that. So what I do, especially tomorrow, I'm piggybacking this with tomorrow's aspect, with that moon trine and Mercury, what you can do, because people will push back, is send that information and whatever intention they have to them with love, contrary what they send to you. The moon in Pisces will trine Mars in Scorpio. That moon in Pisces is doing its best to put this unconditional love on everything, on thoughts and conversations, in which I just expressed in my own way, and also on movement with the moon in Pisces trining Mars in Scorpio. Emotional motivation, do what feels right. Do what feels right. Do what feels right to you and let that Mars and Scorpio carry it on. Because not everybody knows what that moon in Pisces, that intuitive space, the caring that you have, the intention that you have, what that really is. So people like to push back. People like to insert themselves because it makes them feel important. Understand that a lot of this is happening. Why? Because people are going through their own changes and people are going through their own shit, right? And they learn something new and they like to put it on and push it on other people. But people have boundaries. Tomorrow, it talks about you working your boundaries. That's what Saturn is about, with a lot of love and honestly, some harmonious actions. Do y'all not get this? Tomorrow is a very important day. This is the day in which you start feeling strong in your position, strong in your square, in a flowy, emotional, not threatening kind of way, non-threatening kind of way. I'm doing my best to hit the points today, y'all. Y'all got to get this. This is a great, great week. This is when you feel your muscles like, I know I said this last week too, but this is feeling your muscles in a whole nother emotional kind of way. Because this is where we need to feel our strength. In my opinion, this is where a lot of us have been exhausted and need a little vitamin in our emotional spaces and places. Can y'all, I mean, anyway, thank you. If you have any questions or any comments, please put them up real loud and proud with a question mark or an exclamation right behind the sentence. On Wednesday, with the moon in Pisces doing its thing, Pisces and Scorpio, y'all know that. Okay, it kicked off on Tuesday, but it's rolling all week. And although a lot of people And in information would like to say, like I said, every element, every sign is purposeful. Water has its ability, as you already know, to strengthen from places and spaces in which y'all don't even see coming, especially Scorpio energy, because he could literally take down a house because you didn't know that there was a stream running underneath the house for months. And now here comes the house coming down due to water. My point is, give reverence to this watery flow that's happening this week, that's coming in with some type of propulsion. Wednesday, the moon in Pisces, water, is opposition Venus in Virgo, necessary. Because this Venus in Virgo is the only, well, alongside Jupiter and Uranus, the only three planets in the sky that have some kind of, well, Pluto too, because it's in Capricorn. I'm adding them on as I go on my brain. Only kind of Earth. Here's the Earth, the closest Earth, this Venus and Virgo, in which we absolutely need, right? Because if this big surge of water is coming through and it's moving things that we see and things that we don't see, Venus in Virgo says, okay, let's put him in its proper place. As we are moving it, as we are recommitting to it, as we are re-loving it, as we are becoming more loyal to it, this is all Venus Virgo shit. We need to put it in effectively what we're feeling, what we're seeing, what we're accumulating, the love, the projects, the energy, the value, the money. This is all Venus information. Now we're going to put it in its proper places. As the stream is pushing through, Virgo, Venus is standing in the middle going, you go over there, you go over there. Okay, we don't need you. Okay, you go over there. Do y'all see the visual in your minds? This week, it's important. That moon in Pisces is sextile in Uranus. So go with your intuition to assist these independent, innovative changes. I can't say it enough. I feel like a broken fucking record. It's about going with these changes even more and more. This week, these changes and these investments and the things that are coming up are begging you to go because you've been sitting on it for too long. Go. However that looks for you. But in its success is going to play out based on what you put around it. So go in the light of God. Go with some fair shit. Go with as little expectations as possible. Go. It's time to change and move. Wednesday, the moon in Pisces, come on, is conjuncting Neptune. Go in reverse. Stay in prayer and perspective. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. You see Pisces energy trying to creep up on y'all? First of all, do y'all know any Pisces Scorpio people? Can we put that up right now? Can I talk to y'all real quick? Are y'all here? I know y'all listening. Ashley, God damn it, I love you, lady. Hi, baby. Do y'all know how water moves? Can y'all just put like that information in your mind without me being this broken record and understand this, that the moon in Pisces on Wednesday will meet up with Neptune in Pisces. That's been going reverse. So if y'all don't recall, Tuesday, it was sparked. That Pisces energy was sparked by all things Scorpio, right? On Wednesday, when it hits Neptune, Neptune is like, well, did you do the thing for God? Do you remember all the things that we had to pray for? Do you remember your quiet moments, your inspiring places, the music that keeps you going? Do you remember your inner your peace that you've been looking for? You remember that, right? As we push through this week, as we get ready for this full moon eclipse that's about to happen. Do you remember where you quietly sit in that center? Y'all want to know what I just did? There's a space and a place that's very, 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 very dear to you, right in the center of your heart, right in the center of your body. You can find it in this moment in time by taking one deep, deep breath and then locating that peaceful space in your body. Boop, right there, where peace and serenity just melts away and ends you feeling balanced. That's what you are tapping into on Wednesday. when Neptune is getting hit. So you can what? Activate the prayers that solidifies your new perspective, because Neptune says we can't hang out with all this other destructive shit that's happening. I can't stay in that too long. We have to stay with spirit. We have to stay with this perspective. We have to stay with moving forward, or else we're all gonna die. I'm being very dramatic today for a fucking reason. Because people like to tiptoe. Humans like to tiptoe. Because we're scared of ourselves. We're scared of ourselves even within our new changes. We sit back all motherfucking day, invest money, time, energy, go on retreats, solidify fucking conversations, and build businesses. And then when it's time for you to actually step on the fucking threshold of the change, you say, nah, I'm good. I forgot one good thing. You start stuttering. This is the moment this week is when you walk through by water. Water ain't gonna let you stutter. Water's gonna push your ass. Nice and gentle, but definitely in an affirmative kind of way. Y'all not hearing me. There are like 5 different streams of downloads that are coming at me right now in a way in which I'll be truthful with you. I'll be real truthful, which I don't know how to grasp. I don't know how to grasp right now. Because there's an emotional part of me in which I'm doing my best to change. And being in people's ass too long, when I feel the resistance, the part of me that wants to change wants to give you the power without me being so in your face, wants me to give you the power to do the thing. It's your life. We've set up all the changes, y'all. There's no more T's to cross, no more I's to dot. It's time to go. Thursday, the moon goes into Aries. So you want to go, motherfuckers? When the moon goes into Aries, now she's going to couple up with Scorpio. Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday are those peaceful days in which the water is pushing you nice and right. But here comes Thursday. Thursday, the moon in Aries is going to quincunx the sun. Aries and Scorpio don't get along. This Thursday, the moon in Aries is going to quincunx Mercury. Scorpio and Aries don't get along. Mercury's in Scorpio. The moon quincunxes Mars. Mars is in Scorpio. Aries and Scorpio, can I say it for another time? Does not get along. So Thursday is a really interesting day in which all the Scorpio energy in which we been conjuring up, utilizing to push us through like this determined stream of information and determination and transformative energy to push us through this threshold of change in which we've been preparing for, but real fucking scary, to move through. Checking everybody else on it, but not checking yourself. Here's the deal. On Thursday, it can get a little hairy and a little imbalanced. Why? Because here comes Aries. Like, oh, y'all didn't pay attention to that nice little swift little push? Well, here we go with confrontation, with individuality, with a need to spark. Aries says, I ain't got time for y'all no more. You hear that? And it can literally create in the air a weird ass, not only confusion and frustration, but a low-key combustible energy on Thursday. Why? Because Aries is ruled by Mars and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So you got these energies in the air, Mars and Pluto. Y'all want to see that fight? First of all, that's a real question. Would y'all pay to see Mars and Pluto fight? For real, answer that question. I know I wouldn't be within 2,900 feet of that particular arena because everybody's going to die in a nuclear fucking burst. With Mars and Pluto, come on now. The irritation will be great on Thursday if you don't allow yourself to flow through the changes in which is needed. Aries is just coming in on Thursday, try to hurry you up, give you a little bit of courage. Stop sitting on your ass. You know what I mean? On Friday, the moon in Aries, still going, is now conjuncting Venus. You gotta love some Aries energy coming in and being an instigator. You gotta love it. Thank you for laughing with me, Monica and Ashley, the two Scorpios on here. That's feeling the depths of my messaging in this moment. Yo, Aries energy is coming in to whip some. It's like, yo, I ain't got time for y'all. Listen, Pisces said move. Pisces said it nicely. Scorpio said it with a little fever. Aries moon is like trying to push that organization. You get that? So like the analogy that I just gave with Venus being in Virgo, trying to assimilate, put in all in its compartments. Virgo, poor Virgo, Venus and Virgo was like, I'm trying to do the work, boss. I'm trying to make sure these people like do what they need to do and put it in its right compartments and utilize it and be of service. That's what Venus and Virgo is saying. I'm trying to be of service and do the thing. And Moon and Aries is like, well, hurry up and get to it, damn it. Because we've been sitting back waiting. We've been trying to do this thing. We've been moving through, trying to understand what the hell is going on. Y'all get this? Friday, you may have a little impatience because you're trying to, again, meet the list. Virgo energy always has a list, always have some type of organization. So when when the moon in Aries is quincusting this list, right, it's going to force us not to have we might be a little impatient because we're not servicing. We're not living in the value that we know to be on that day, because energy around us is moving too quickly and it's not allowing us to assimilate and understand and properly assert our care in certain places, properly compartmentalize. The energy is like, move fast, go, go, go. And you can get irritated by the fact and a little impatient, like, wait a minute, I'm doing my best to be the best nurse, to be the best facilitator I can be in this moment. So watch out for that. That's Friday. As it creeps up on Saturday. You ready for Saturday? What's up, Sheila Rush? How you doing? You ready for Saturday? Saturday, the moon goes into Taurus, naturally, because here comes the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus at 5 degrees. The moon goes into Taurus, though, at 7:44 a.m. The full moon eclipse is not until 7:24 p.m., both on the on the east side of the country. Before it goes into before it becomes a full moon, that moon in Taurus, though. No, let me say that again. Scratch. Before the moon goes into Taurus, it will be in Aries, right? As I suggested, which will square Pluto. So when we first wake up on Saturday, there's a little bit of a challenge or controversy in the air. Why? Because this moon in Aries is like, I said, let's go, be independent, do the things I want to do, self-centered, like the baby, start this thing, initiate, have some balls. That's what the moon in Aries says, right? And now it's pushing up against a particular power structure. Ooh, that don't feel good for war. Again, that's warring energy right there when Mars and Pluto gets together like that. Even though it's the moon in Aries, the moon is in Aries, but Aries' ruler is Mars. So that's essentially Mars going up against Pluto on Saturday morning. We're going to send light to all the prayer mongers out there, the prayer warriors out there. Send light, especially on Saturday, to the world, okay? If y'all can remember that. That's a heavy day right there. So we need grounding. I put right here, wake up, grounding yourself and giving thanks, because our power will feel a little off. We will feel like we're being punked, and the good work that we're trying to do and initiate and to be individuals about a certain thing will feel like, nah, just wait. You don't know everything. You're moving too fast. Well, that's what Pluto wants to say in Capricorn. You're moving too fast. You don't know, youngster. And only thing that this moon and Aries is trying to do is to get us up out of this funk. Y'all get that? But on Saturday, you can meet somebody that says, I don't give a fuck about your funk and the things that you haven't initiated. I needed you to have respect for the power that has been accumulated over the last 200 years, has been accumulated over the last couple of decades, that's been accumulated in this family. So there's a face-off. Do y'all get that? Saturday, the face-off is the baby saying, nah, we need to go forward. And the old man saying, nope, we're going to do things the way we used to do it. Whether it's on a communal level, a global level, or within your home. Pay attention to that. And if you find it very, very challenging, again, ground yourself. Go back to the boop, right there. That settling space. Put your feet in some earth, okay? Like literal, take your shoes off and go walk in the grass. Get some crystals to ground you. Whatever you do to ground you, do it. Please and very please. Saturday is going to be necessary. Saturday, with that moon being in Pisces at the time. Nope, in Aries. Go back, Sonja. That moon going from Aries to Taurus, right, is now going to sextile Saturn in Pisces. Full moon is coming up on us. But as the moon goes into Taurus, it's saying, now check that hard work that we just did. Saturn is in Pisces. Check the work that we just did on Tuesday, on Wednesday. The intuitive, unseen work that I just did my best to kind of put out there for you, the work that you've been doing, only you know about subconsciously, right? Saturday, it says now it's time to implement that thing. When it goes into Taurus, it says, remember that. Remember the value to that. As you're remembering that, right? The moon is now opposition the sun, because now we're about to go into that full moon eclipse, 5 degrees Taurus. Remember that as the moon in Taurus is showing you your value, your worth, all the things that you thought that were of value is leaving. Full moon. All the things that you thought that were of value, that you thought that that you would die for, are leaving. Oh, that's a thought. That's why this shit is so hard. That's why this is so hard. That's why I just had this crazy ass realization in my mind. That's why I'm preaching on how deep and mole-like this energy is. Because Taurus, especially full moon eclipse, first of all, fucking Taurus don't want to move or change anything. First of all, Taurus, first of all, when it's in a full moon that begs you to end it, second of all, I'm not moving nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? But now, all of a sudden, you got you got Saturn going on Saturday. Ooh, we got to go. We got to do, we've been doing hard work. We've been doing the work for this. And the moon in Taurus is like, well, shit. I mean, I like you, Saturn. You in Pisces, you're sweet. I know this. It makes sense. I know you've been moving me gently. I know you've been having me get up on my prayers and readings and do the things that I know to stay in contact with spirit. I know you've been doing that thing. And then the moon in Taurus says, well, now's the day. Because it's a full moon eclipse, bitch. And this eclipse is not going to let up off of us. Do you hear how I'm speaking, y'all? Your value, your fears and the lessons that you've learned through Saturn being in Pisces is saying, yo, to the full moon in Taurus, we got to go. We got to change. We got to implement what we learned. I know you don't want to move. I know you the stubborn old grandma. I know you'd rather put some Vaseline on your gangrene, but bitch, you about to lose your leg. Y'all hear me? This is the point. So alongside that energy, I'm going to repeat that. Saturday morning, we wake up where that baby Aries is pushing that old man Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn. Come on. Here's a standoff. The old or the new. Let's go. It's value in both, to be honest with you. With that moon and Pluto standing off, they got to find the value in both. They don't have to fight. But humans are weird and they're probably going to fight. I'm just letting you know. On Saturday, that moon is saying to Saturn, I don't want change. Bitch, it's an eclipse. You're going to have to. They're about to pull out the rug and massive changes is about to happen, is what Saturn says. We've been working on it, so don't worry. I got you. I got you. We've been working on it. Your ancestors, they got you. They know what you're doing. They watching you crying in the middle of the night. They hear your plea. They watch you sitting on the toilet, pissed off with your husband or your wife because you can't go out in the living room and express that same pissed offness to them. They're watching you. Saturn and Pisces is like, I got you. Can you just make the change? Eclipse in Taurus. The sun says, I'm going to give you a little bit of energy, Scorpio style, to that moon, to that full moon, balancing you out. I got you. The sun in Scorpio, like I said, Scorpio energy will rescue you from a crack house in the middle of Yonkers on some real shit where everybody is out there. All the ghouls, everybody is out there. That's Scorpio for you. Scorpio's sun is saying to this full moon in Taurus, whatever you need to leave, and you've been holding on for so long, I got you. On top of that, here comes Mars in Scorpio, opposition Jupiter in Taurus going reverse. Oh, shit. Mars is even saying to that Taurus energy that's going reverse and reevaluating his blessings, right? Mars is even saying, let me put some stank on that. Let me put some motivation behind Jupiter's reevaluation of blessings and information that's coming, abundance and prosperity, opportunities that coming at it, because it knows, Mars and Scorpio, that you need better, you need more, you need different. But you're going to have to shake it, is the point. Think about what I said in the beginning of this week. You're going to have to shake it consciously and subconsciously. As you move through with that Scorpio energy like a mole through the earth, you're going to have to come up victorious on your own. It's up to you. You got all the motherfucking tools, modalities, information, books, all the things you need to know. And this eclipse is going, yo, the only way to change your value, your position, is to implement what you know. I'm over it. So Mars and Scorpio, opposition Jupiter in Taurus, is like implement, move, motivate on the new value that you've discovered. Y'all hear me? But you can't do that if you don't relinquish. You can't do that if that moon, if that eclipse doesn't have its way. You can't move on the new blessings if you're still emotionally holding on to what was, as the martyr that you have been. And you can be the martyr to your home. You can be the martyr to your class of living. You can be a martyr to how you need to change up your wardrobe and look a different way. You can be a martyr. You can be holding on to and go down with any ship you think is important. But how about this? The universe says it's not important any longer. That's why all the shit is leaving. You got to convince yourself, boo-boo. Mercury, here it is. Mercury, opposition Jupiter. Remember your plans to take advantage of these opportunities. I said remember because, again, we've all had these thoughts. We've all been sitting back in these retro moments this summer. Go back to it. I don't know what y'all saying, but hopefully y'all hearing what I'm saying. Because I can't see the words, not unless y'all put up some, I can zoom in. LB, she says, what? Okay, hold on. Let me finish this thought and I'll get to your question in a minute before I go to Sunday. I want y'all to remember, again, remember Mercury is about plan, strategy, the thoughts, conversation. It's opposition Jupiter. So it's like, remember with your thoughts. Remember your plans of utilizing all the things, right? Again, I was going to go to, before I read LB's question, to go back to the summer. Because all summer long, we were sitting back again with 6 planets, most of the time 5 in retrograde, going, what am I going to do? Who do I need to talk to? Where does I don't know. Who am I? Me included. And I'm mocking all of us. And now that all this information has come forward and is begging you to make a decision, now what you doing? Hammer? LB, those that 5 degrees eclipse in Taurus can happen anywhere in your chart. It depends on where 5 degrees Taurus is in your chart. It's determined by your rising sign. So that's the best way I can answer without knowing your chart, honey pie. That's why y'all should take the village hut. So I can teach y'all about all of these things. Ooh, my earring just dropped out. Make sense? Let's keep moving, y'all. Sunday, I'm open up for questions because I know a lot of this is that's a lot of information. And I know a lot of this may have landed or not. So ask the questions to bring some clarity, please and very please. On Sunday, it starts to balance out a little bit. When we wake up, that moon in Taurus is coming up off of that eclipse energy. And if y'all want to know specifically what that eclipse energy is about, please go back to the eclipse workshop. I kind of just glossed over it in order to involve the other energies that's happening around about it, for good reason, because you need to know. But I glossed over it so I can let y'all know about that. But if you want to know information, please go. I think it's 2 or 3 videos before this one. And check it out. It's a lot of info. Okay, to clear this thing out on Sunday, the moon in Taurus will be opposition Mercury naturally because it's in Scorpio. Excuse me, and it'll be opposition Mars because it's in Scorpio. So waking up feeling stubborn and kind of thrown a little bit by that eclipse energy, but needing to think more progressively. Now that you know your emotions have shifted or something has shifted and changed in its own way, now we need to think differently. Now we need to motivate differently. Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio. That's why I need y'all to respect. Put some spec on that Scorpio energy because that's what's driving y'all through this week. And you know damn well, if you don't put respect on Scorpio energy, it's very vengeful and it's very selectively forgetful. Scorpio energy will leave you out in the middle of the street because you don't want to rock with it. Especially because Scorpio energy says, I'm bringing you to salvation, motherfucker. If I rock with you, I will never let you fail. If you rock with the determination that Scorpio is trying to give you this week, you won't fail in your own way. Trust and believe that. And I can say that. I can guarantee that in some kind of way. Absolute. Yes, because Scorpio says, I got you. You got to trust this, is what we've been saying from the top of this week. I'm over this with y'all. I'm over this. Sunday, Mercury is absolutely in conjunction to Mars. Been waiting for that. That's exactly what I just said. Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio must release emotions where needed so it can move you forward physically, emotionally. You got to. I feel like a broken record. Questions, anybody? Also on Sunday, the moon is now trining Venus and Virgo. Yes, please. Scorpio and Virgo gets along. So this Virgo energy in Venus, which is again operating money and beauty and value and worth and self-esteem, is saying, I'm really trying to help y'all. That very detailed, discriminating Virgo energy. I'm trying to help y'all to see and to navigate, steer your passion. Let Virgo energy do that this week. Steer the passion of Scorpio energy. Fulfill organization and particular efficient desires. Mars is doing something different. Mars is doing something different. So that Venus and Virgo needs to just hold on and say, okay, you're doing something different. I'm rocking with you. If you are a Virgo or subscribe more to Virgo type, you can absolutely get into analysis paralysis this week. If you don't allow Scorpio to do its job, it has to do its job. And it's going to be a bully with it. It's going to push through because it's all about the change that needs to be forced to do. Y'all get that, right? Especially with the eclipse, right? The eclipse right on the other opposite of the sky in Taurus. It's like, come on. Okay. And by the end of Sunday, the moon will conjunct Uranus. The moon being Taurus, Uranus going backwards will be in Taurus as well. But it's saying, yes, I concur with the changes. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, I think in Friday, someone asked when are the planets going out of retrograde and into direct. I mentioned alongside Rabbi Rob, I believe it was Rabbi Rob. It might have been somebody else, but I know it was a male. Suggested that the first one going direct is Saturn and then Jupiter. Well, it's actually Saturn and then Neptune and then Jupiter. Okay, just wanted to correct that information because I was going over that recently. All right, anybody have any questions? Y'all are just in listening mode today? LB, I answered that for you. Anybody, please, please, and very please. I'm just going to pull out a card, y'all. Oh, Ashley, it's just solar return on Wednesday. Oh, that's sweet, baby. Happy solar return, Ashley. I'm looking for questions. Happy solar return. All right. I don't see no questions. Y'all need any information, clarity about anything? Come on with it. Come on with it. Ooh, my phone's about to die, y'all. So let me go. Come on, phone. You're welcome, Ashley. Shemaine said, trying to keep up. All right. Well, this is it. I'll come back on Friday, y'all, to do the mini readings. I absolutely will. We're an hour and 10 minutes in, so I think we should stop right now with a nice message from Spirit and these beautiful Oshus and tarot cards. Best success for this week. Thank you. Huh. I like that. Slowing down. You know what's dope about this card in some kind of way? This actually does mean the literal description or meaning, to slow down, but it's also something else. You're welcome, Marlena W. Thank you, Alicia. Here's our message for today, though, y'all. Slowing down. Okay, let me read it and then I'll expand on it afterwards. The Night of Rainbows is a reminder that just like this tortoise, we carry our homes with us wherever we go. There is no need to hurry, no need to seek shelter elsewhere. Even as we move into the depths of emotional waters, this is why it came, we can remain self contained and free from attachments. Boom. It is a time when you are ready to let go of any expectations that you've had about yourself or others, and to take responsibility for any illusions you might have been carrying. There is no need to do anything but rest in the fullness of who you are right now. If desires and hopes and dreams are fading away, so much the better. Their disappearance is making space for a new quality, full moon in Taurus, of stillness and acceptance of what is. Come on, y'all. And you are able to welcome this development in a way that you've never been able to before. So savor this quality of slowing down, of coming to rest, and recognizing that you are already at home. Did y'all feel that? Ashe. Did y'all feel that? Listen, as this information pushes us through, as this eclipse is changing the things, and that Saturn and Pisces is like, I'm trying to check y'all on these goddamn illusions that you've had and really, really connect with the real of the real. Did y'all hear my whole goddamn rundown in this card? I'm just wondering, is it me making shit up in my own mind? Tortoise carries its home on its back because it doesn't need the extra. That's what this full moon in Taurus is really all about. Because, you know, Taurus energy accumulates a lot of stuff. It loves quality, it loves good things, and it loves to hold on to stuff. This Taurus energy says you don't need nothing but what's on your back. If everything is moving and shifting and shaking and you're losing it, so much the better, cuz. If you recognize the work that you've been putting in to a certain thing is not allowing you to hold on to it, it's because it wasn't meant for you to hold on to. Because that's where a lot of humans get caught up too. I've been working on this project for 29 years. It should garner some results right now, should it? When Spirit said you was working on that for a particular reason, not the reason where you think you should be with it. there was another experience or something else that you maintained and or achieved in that 29 years, not what the result that you think you should be. Beyonce had Michael Jackson money? I don't know. Whatever your expectation you thought. They said it's time for it to go. It's making space for a different quality of life because that's what you've been praying for. Don't go back on your prayers, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Don't go back on your prayers. Have the gumption, the faith, the trust to move through. Let's go. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. You know how kids do that. I just felt like a shorty. Like, okay, I'm giving y'all, okay, bye. See you later. One thought to the next. Thank you for letting me be goofy, y'all. But that's all I got for you. Much love to you. Really, really big, 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 big waves of love. Waves of love. Get this water energy on it. On it and on you. You're going to need this Cancer love. Hold on to your water friends this week. All right? We'll help you out. We'll keep you from drowning. Much love to all of y'all. Be well, okay? And let it all go. Slow down so you can hear what's being said. Much love to you.